Good morning. Happy Monday, Tea Talkers. Hope everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful start to their morning this morning. It's about 20 after 8 here in New Orleans. So we are on, I guess, Central Standard Time. But anyway, I apologize for not coming back to actually share my experience. My virtual experience at church yesterday, but it was so beautiful with the service and everything, and my heart was happy, and all I wanted to do was really not necessarily stay stuck in the house and be so attached to maybe either social media or whatnot. So I decided to get out, take a little drive, and soak in some sun. I was around family and friends, just a few of us, maybe four, and the rest were animals like birds and stuff like that. But we did practice social distancing, so it wasn't anything crazy. But it was so nice and warm outside with a nice little breeze. So I was like, I want to get out of the house. So we took a ride and hung out with a couple family members yesterday. But yesterday's church service was phenomenal, to say the least. Everything from the praise and worship to the sermon to the actual giving of tithing and offering. So I just wanted to kind of share my experience at church on yesterday with you guys. They did a wonderful worship song, but I kind of pulled a verse out of it, and I don't even know if it's a verse or if it was just something that the artist was kind of ad-libbing on, but it resonated in me. It simply just said, "Because God is the greatest power, we shall not be defeated." When I tell you that spoke so much life back into this girl right here, it was phenomenal. That it doesn't matter what the present day thing is. It doesn't matter what the present day thing is that we're seeing or that we're hearing or that we may be even feeling. When you're rooted and grounded in Jesus and you know him to really be your own personal savior, he is the greatest power. His name is above all names, and he's the King of Kings and the Lords of Lords, and he's got so much, power over every disease, every sickness, that we won't be defeated, period. So that was my thing yesterday. I was like, it doesn't matter because I'm not going to be defeated, so make a long story short, church service was just, it was awesome. I danced like I had never danced before, just because I think that was my offering. That really truly was like my offering, my sacrificial offering to Christ yesterday. I danced and wasn't ashamed. I danced and didn't fear who was watching. I danced and I just didn't care because I laid it all out on the line. I cried like I had never cried before, and I'm teary-eyed now just because of just everything that he showed me, even in sacrificing, being obedient, first of all, hearing, using my ears to hear his voice, and just acting on, what he told me to do. And not even that he had to tell me what to do. It was just something that just happened just like that. So, my pastor has been talking about, he's been coming from a series because we're in a disease season, I guess is what I would call it, corona season. There's a season for everything. So what he spoke about yesterday was just eyes to see how far I've got to go. And real quick, I just wanted to kind of, share that he gave us different stages of pretty much being a son or having a sonship in the kingdom, right? And there's just different stages that he was talking about. The infant stage, the child stage, the teenager stage, and then the fully adult stage, pretty much in different stages, meaning a baby, an infant, they can only, they really can't do anything other than they're not old enough to function. You know what I'm saying? Just like a real infant. And then like a child is able to understand understand a little bit, but not really able to understand. And I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time trying to read my own handwriting, but make a long story short, pretty much that's what a child is. And then a teenager, teenager stage is beginning to understand, but not necessarily, they don't have enough of what they need to actually, you know, not necessarily fully commit. I don't want to say commit, but they just don't have enough to actually fully function. You know, teenagers, they absorb what they want. They know the difference between right and wrong. And I think as Christians, or, you know, brothers and sisters in Christ, we kind of pick what stages we want to be on. You know what I'm saying? And I'm guilty of it. I've done it before. And then like the last stage, and a lot of these words are in Greek. All these words are actually in Greek, so I'm sure I probably did not spell them right. But the last stage is the Weo stage, and it's just being a fully mature son who represents his father well, is what that means. So, you know, being on different stages in our Christian walk with Christ, you got to figure out which stage you're on. You know what I'm saying? What level, what stage in life you're on. And it doesn't matter. You know, people could say like, oh, you know, you're 60 or 70 years old, and so you should be a fully grown Christian. Not necessarily true. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the things that we're taught in church just growing up, is we're taught religion. We're not taught relationship. In most churches, we're not taught relationship. So I know for me, I've been a part of non-denominational churches as well as Baptist churches. As a matter of fact, half of my teenage life, I grew up under the Baptist teaching. And so, of course, when I became, what stage is this? A weos, a grown adult, and I was able to make those decisions for myself where I wanted to attend church, then I decided to take the next step and controlling what I wanted to sit under as far as, you know, Christianity, if you will. So that's really what brought me to the church. It's something in my spirit just didn't sit well with me, as far as like the learning and the teaching and things of that nature. So I decided to take that step and to go and, you know, visit other churches to see where I could fit in. And not saying like fit in as far as like the physical, like with cliques and crowds, and because I'm not a crowd girl, I'm not a clique girl, I'm just not. So it was really where I fit into the kingdom, where I could place myself in the kingdom, and it made sense. Things would become clear to me. Okay, purpose living, you know. So that's what brought me to the church. But going back to what my experience, how I experienced church on yesterday, it just opened my eyes to see how far I had to go. I remember when I first started this channel, I was terrified. And even still sitting here now talking with everyone that's listening, I'm not as terrified. Sometimes I get nervous because I don't feel like I am the best speaker or anything like that. However, I know that God blessed me to have a voice, and it wasn't just to, you know, go and talk to patients or work under someone, but it really, he created me. He you know, allowed my mother to carry me for 9 months and to have a safe delivery of me, because I am a gift, because I am different, because I am set apart. And it doesn't mean that I'm set apart or that I'm different, that I'm better than anybody or anything like that. But he has a purpose. In other words, is what I'm saying. He has a purpose. He has a calling on my life. And I understand that now. And the older that I get, every day that passes by, I don't want to do things in vain, but I also don't want to waste my time. You know what I'm saying? So again, when I made this YouTube channel, I remember thinking to myself, I saw the vision, I saw it, you know, I remember I was asleep, and it was like clear as day. He was like, so what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You've gone through this, that, and the third. What are you gonna do? Are you going to be happy with where you are? Or are you going to trust me, and are you going to listen and follow my blueprint for your life? And I remember I literally said out loud, I was like, I don't know how to speak. I don't know what to talk about. I don't know. I just don't know. He's like, you don't worry about it. You let me do the rest. As long as you follow me, let me do the rest. And I struggled. I struggled for a while, whatever. So I said all that to say, sitting under, the sermon on yesterday, he showed me where I was when I first started the channel and where I am now. Once I was done, hanging out in the sun yesterday, I got back home and I began to kind of surf the internet a little bit, trying to, look up, doing some research and stuff. And I jumped on YouTube for a hot second and I looked at my page. Well, in the midst of this whole season of Corona, I have my subscribers have increased. That's first thing. That's first blessing. And then secondly, I shared with Jay yesterday. I said, I've got something to tell you. And he's like, okay. And just the excitement that you see on my face is the same way I delivered it to him yesterday. I was like, I got my first comment on a video that I did. And he was like, are you serious? Now, before people say, man, she's like, ugh, like whatever, that may not mean anything to anybody else. But for me, it let me know that, and this is a guy, I don't even know this person. I don't know who this person is. But it let me know that the vision that was spoken to me, the plan that was given to me, that it wasn't in vain, that it's not in vain. And also that even though I have that one comment, I still have more to do, that my job isn't done, that I'm on the right path. You know what I'm saying? It meant so much, which leads me to my next thing. He gave us a lot of little like notes, and I'm a note. I like to take notes, but he gave us pretty much like some points and things of that nature. When you're in relationship with God, first of all, it's not about being a man or a woman. It's not gender specific, because in the Bible it says a lot about sons and sonships and things of that nature. It doesn't have anything to do with your gender. It has everything to do with your relationship. So this applies to both man and woman. But the one of the many things, but the one that I want to pull out today that really stuck and really resonated in my own spirit was embrace your own brand. My brand is to be positive and to be motivational and to encourage. Of course, naturally, what I'm trying to do, I would love to, be invited to sit on a panel to help encourage young females, because when I was growing up, there were a lot of people that looked like me and people that didn't look like me, females that were, having sex, that were getting pregnant, that were, following behind somebody just to fit in with the in crowd, that got hooked up and attached with the wrong type of, say maybe man or woman, and and it just went downhill. So the platform that I am building, that I want to reach out into the masses, is to motivate, to inspire, and to encourage young women that, hey, it doesn't matter how many times you fall, as long as you get up and you dust yourself off and you keep going. You never give up on yourself. So always embrace who you are. Motivational Mondays with Tasha today really is pick yourself up and continue to embrace who you are. To that one person that left a comment and pretty much said great content, that spoke more than somebody dumping $1 million in my lap, because it's not about that for me. It's about reaching the masses of anyone and everyone that I can. And especially right now, I'm trying, I'm doing the work, I'm doing my research, I'm doing the work, I'm doing my research, I'm doing the work, I'm doing my research, I'm doing the work. And even when it feels like I'm not doing, like this is not going to get me anywhere, I know that that's a lie, and I know that it will get me exactly what he showed me, what God showed me. So if I can leave you with anything today on this beautiful, beautiful Monday morning and Monday, embrace who you are. Don't quit. Don't give up on yourself, but embrace you. Until next time, talkers, thank you so much for all of your likes, your comments, and text messages, everything. Thank you so, so much. If you are not if you have Instagram or Facebook, you can definitely look me up. Like my page on Instagram, I am Sweet Tea, Sweet Tea Adams, I believe. And then on Facebook, I am Natasha Yvette Adams. So, but yeah, you can definitely add me and just check out a lot of the cool stuff that I have going on as far as just, you know, things to help motivate all of us. And also, don't hesitate to drop a comment in the comment box. I love everybody. Thank you so much. Until next time. Thanks.